we go. I do believe we're live, so I'll say indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. We're using a different device today. Do you notice any differences? Does it look better? Sure do hope it does. I struggled to get it to go. I remember that they have all of these new effects, but I still haven't tried them. Give myself some extra ice. Yes. Extreme cursedness. Why? Why would they? Why? Who thought this is a good idea? Blue retro? Hmm. I don't know if I like that. How about blush? Dance party? It is a dance party kind of vibe. It is Wednesday after all. But I don't know if I'm gonna do this one. Mosaic, some trippiness. Yes, interesting. Turn myself into a cartoon. Oh, I don't know about all of that. Thermals? According to this thing, I'm cold. Isn't green cold? I need to stop. Give myself cat eyes. Ah, hmm. That makes me feel things. Why? Why are you like this? This is all stuff that's built into YouTube itself. Like, I don't even give myself flower crown. Hmm. Yeah, I can work this. Scary doll. Oh my goodness. Huh. It does use your face. That's that's the part that's I think the weirdest. It uses your face. This is probably some sort of AI thing that's happening. Hmm. I don't know. I think I can get lost in this stuff nonstop. I don't know if I want to continue. Do I want to do more? I can kaleidoscope myself. That's pretty weird. Very, very melty. Suddenly, the clothes I wear has the effect that I intended for it to have, right? Yes. Yes, I am. I think I think I'll do this one. I don't think it will work for the most part, but it will work every now and then. A live flower, right? How does the little galaxy eyes? How does it make you feel? It makes me feel weird looking at myself like this. Cool features, Google. Cool. I've seen them a while ago, and I just haven't hit any of those buttons yet until just now. Definitely is strange. It makes me feel like I'm looking at someone else in the shot, even though I know that's me. I like dance party. You like dance party? I'll go back to dance party. Mm, dance party. Yeah. You like this? It does work for the vibes, you know, technically speaking. Does it outline me? I don't know how any of these effects work, TBH. Yeah? Yeah. Hi. I hope everyone has a great day. Nancy. Still dark outside? It's hot here. Sending you love on your side of the world, Nancy. It's nice having you here with me. At some point, I have to start dancing. I need to stop distracting myself and playing with these new features. And I need to move me body. This is a From Space track. I haven't listened to this one before. Is the dance party too much? Too retro? kind of like this one. Feels very stylized. Feel like I'm existing in some sort of other world kind of thing. Try this one more. Chama que acendeu no silêncio da noite. Don't like those. No, 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 no. Have I tried this cartoon one? Oh my goodness. That one is worse. I'd rather be an undead zombie. I don't know. I don't know about that, bro. It even moves my mouth. Flower art. I can work with this. I need to start dancing. I'm distracting myself. Bum. 2020 vibes, right? I think the filters is like old Instagram. I think YouTube is only now catching up. I'm having fun with this. I won't lie. I'm having too much fun with it. It's so weird. Darren is here too. Hey Darren. I am multiples. There are many of me. Does this make the dancing better? You tell me. You tell me. Seriously though. Or maybe you should do just this. What? It's so weird. One more. Give myself a big head. Wait. I am wearing blue after all. I really got lost in the effects, I'm sorry. Part of me wishes there was something that was like audio reactive. There is a bit, but there's not a lot. Luminous? What does this do? Skin smoothing? It seems to be dropping frame rate.
Advenit finis temporum. Judicium finale locutur.
I can give myself a constant cringe face.
Advenit.
Yeah. That is very unsettling. Sly Goblin? I can be a goblin. Yeah. Makes me want gold. I would like some gold, please. Dance party. I'll do this one. Big head takes the W. It is funny. Chris Pratt, you're doing, sir. I'm doing good. I haven't seen something from Chris Pratt in a while. He might still be doing stuff. I'm back in a second. Okay, here comes big drops again. Get an iPhone, goes full filter. Technically, I had these filters on my other device as well, but I just think this one has a better processor to handle it. Zoe Burb like distract. Right, Zoe Burb? It does have vibes though. You got good taste. It's so silly. Wow.
Advenit dies judici. Advenit tempus.
Hey, Nobet. Come check you. Can you see? And then if we leave just Yeah, it's close to be oozed. A little bit more. Maybe like one more, 2 more weeks, and then we take that one. Do I like this track? It's very rolling.
Diaz Judici. Advenit tempus.
Minimalist? Are you working? Oh, this is what I look like with makeup on, I guess. I'd rather not. I do like this retro vibe though. I don't know. I have this track liked. Really? I'm gonna unlike it. It's not bad. It's just very. Let's do some distinct side. Distinct. 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 We'll skip to this one. Woo. Oh. Very sick, but we'll play the actual tracks. This looks so strange. I'm sorry. Very curious. To some creature out there, this is how I look like, right? This one is just unsettling. This one is more unsettling than the one. This one is literally called horror TV, and it's not as unsettling as the previous one. We've done the infrared. No, not like this. I've been having fun with filters. Yes, interesting. This one we know. This one we know. I do like the X-ray, yo. Put this away quickly. Like seeing the world is messing with me too. What do trees look like? Looks like lightning. Nice. Neat. Is that it? Might be. Supersonic? Systematic? Okay. Do I go back to just nothing? Base reality again? Okay, fine. I'm gonna use full send. We got one more drop left. And I think then we'll do only one more track after that. Is that it? Is that all you got? I think I ran into some spider webs. A Gilax track. It's called Sonorous. Sonorous. I don't have it liked. So I either don't like it or I haven't heard it. Let's see. Drops coming in like 20 seconds. Hey! I stepped in a thorn. I have heard this track, and it's not that I don't like it. It's just that it keeps that. I think it keeps that for too long. Second beat variation goes. You see, I should have started with that. The iPhone looks like it really enjoys the grass, but has thoughts about being asked to film trees. The top of the picture looks like old movies when the CGI parts come on. Well, there you go, Sam. Thank you for the info. I appreciate you telling me that you can notice a difference. I think it can see more of my skin imperfections as well, I'm noticing. Which is fine. I'm no perfect person. Alright, you see? Now we're like back in the same way as we were the previous time. We're stuck in, it's not a bad beat variation, but he did too much of a good thing. Hi, it's Sam. Darren. Nice having you here too, dear friend. And then the last drop goes something like this. I think it sees more of my skin imperfections. You're in your 20s, you don't have skin imperfections, you have features. Thanks. Features. All of my pimple scarring over my youth. Features. Scar. Blemishes? No, I'll have you know they're features. Bugs? No. Features. Again, good. Too much of a good thing. We must change more. This is a distinct side track. It's called Dopamine. It's an original mix. I know this one too, I think. Not bad. But too much of a good thing. More distinct side. This is his sounds. More distinct side. The Way. I don't have any of these tracks alive.
Music is
What our bodies are capable of. My body is capable of dancing. My mind is capable of discernment. You know? You know what I mean? The Way. Not bad. But the amount of like, it's judgment. It's not judgment. It's discernment. I'm listening with all of your ears alongside mine. That's a lot of ears to listen with. And hopefully, if I'm lucky, I will hear your heart. I will try to hear your heart. Last track. It's literally called Hear Your Heart. Took a hot shower right now, out in the crisp 22 Fahrenheit air. Had to start the solo, a little too crisp.
When you open up your eyes, your eyes, your eyes.
I can imagine. I've been thinking about that call today, actually, Darren. It's definitely gonna be a change. Hey to you, Eduardo.
With the morning
Had to start the
sun
solo a little too crisp. I'm
is
afraid you lost me.
creeping
Exactly. I was also like a little
through
bit
the trees.
not knowing exactly what that means. All right, all right, all right. What does this button do? Did it just make up me? Yeah. Boom. Now I have even more young person features. Wait a minute. Solo stove and crispy cold. That makes a lot more sense. That moment when you solo stove. My favorite morning activity, solo stoving. Bow, 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 bow. I'm dancing out of frame. Bow. What sort of mountain hickory is mountain hickory? Yes, I'm solo stoving while you're mountain hickorying. That moment when. To you too. Hoopty hoops. I think I see maybe what you mean with the whole CGI thing now. I think I just noticed what you mean, Sam. Interesting. It's all rainbowy and weird at the top. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not doing that. That's not a setting. I think that's just iPhoneing. Might be like a sensor limitation where like the top of the sensor or the lens on the sensor up top is weird up there, right at the tippy top. Yeah. Am I still we? We are always, dear Hoopy. But there is no yarp. The fine man. Bless you, Fred. It's like 3.14. Think it's the first time someone made that joke.
Listen.
Listen. Here it comes again. But it teases you a little bit first, of course. Psytrance. You think you can just dance? No. Have your dance interrupted first, so you can enjoy it.
Open up. Open up. Open up your eyes. Your
Are you still we, Hoopy? Love is true. It just takes two. Are we still you? Are you still me? Are us still am? Is my right attached to my left? One more. One more. I said that was the last one more, but this is the last one more. Can a circle be unbroken? Maybe there, but not here. You thought that was the drop? Me too. But this one is the drop, totally. I am so tired, very tired, very tired. I am. According to the guy in the I now pronounce you, Chuck and Larry circles, go on forever. I do know, I feel, a spiral is a kind of circle when viewed from a certain dimension. Right? And yes, spirals can go on forever. As the songs say, what precisely happened to Jack and Jill? I think Jack and Jill danced and had a good time, celebrating what their bodies can do. And then, cool. Food, sweet. Shower, nice. Sleep, and like that. More. Is that it? I was about to say, one more fathom oomph. The math comes out 314 to infinity. I say straight broken, no mathematical circle, just close. Oh, now I hear what you mean. That is even more trippy. Shanti. Have and live in peace, dear friend. Your body is capable of peace too. Being at peace with where it is you are, abandoning your judgments thereof, and just appreciate what it is that's in front of you right now. Understanding will come. All you can do right now is listen to the rhythm and dance alongside it. And it gets faked out a few times. Sure. But we don't go laying down, do we? No. No. We're just standing on the ready. Because here it comes. Is that it? All right, that's it. We made it. I did say that was the last one. I could dance more, okay? I could. I'm not even pushing more than 140. Max I went. Okay. Okay, fine. I did go up to 164. Rookie numbers. It just says Jack fell down. No, they meant Jack busts down to the beat, of course, and lost his crown because he was busting down so much that the crown just went flying off. But I think it might have been a metaphor for. Thank goodness I can cease to vocalize. Another thing my body is capable of. I will now find comfort in sitting down. I need to catch my breath for a second. It is hot. I'll get myself some water too. I hate this stuff. Just I feel like I'm on power saving mode right now. Like I just entered my monk era. I know that it pisses some people off when people say it like that. I need to go and get that thing. It's gonna bother me if it just chills there in the background. Is this something I'm gonna do? Fine, I think so. I'm already in the red when it comes to copyright striking me. minute, thank you. Yeah. What the body is capable of. That is our centering thought for today. There is this ability, willingness, fear response in people that sometimes leads them to say things like, I could never do that. What are these noises? I can feel you recognizing them a little bit, Ja. I feel you recognizing them a little bit. Think back. You've listened to this song before. All right, bringing ourselves back to it. Our centering thought. What your body is capable of. The willingness for us to sometimes tell ourselves that we're incapable of doing certain things. Dancing is one of those things that I've been, more than anything in my life, told by another person that they couldn't do that. Right? Many times at like events, festivals, where there'll be in so many words, someone in all metrics, a good looking person, right? A beautiful person. Doesn't even have to be about looks, just about the spirit of that person. It's beautiful. But maybe they're scared of tarnishing that beauty by dancing or expressing themselves fully. And then they'll tell me, I could never dance like that. Not caring what I look like, just moving into the flow the way it goes for me. Is this Melita's music? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Close guess. Melita also makes pretty trippy stuff these days. This is Tipper, the fart songs guy. This is the song that Aaron played after he played us the fart song, right? And some of you friends are like, "What is Melt meaning with the fart song?" Okay, this one is 3 minutes and 20 seconds in. Okay, actually look at that. How about that for synchronicity? 333. 3 minutes 33 seconds. I'll come back to it, but this is some of the other music he makes. I don't know if I'm on the right tipper right now. I might be. The 45, 1 hour actually, 1 hour long song. I think this might also be his stuff, but it's on a different account. Very ambient. But I'm trying to, yeah, Wobble Factor. That's that album called. Oh, Wobble Factor. Let's play Snot Rocket. Ken O's Wobble Factor. That was the good one. His name is Ken Oath. He's called Tipper here as well on the wobble factors. But it got like saved as like wobble factor. Maybe his name used to be Tim Oath. Is it Tim Oath? Ken Oath. Noise cannon. So trippy. In the super sport. This car has a number plate on it that says Hertz 33. Is it gonna focus? You'll have to take my word for it. And now we'll go back to sunrise at the gorge. Okay, it's close enough. Went back to 3 minutes 13 seconds. Now, and Oath was the song Aaron played for us first. Oh, thank you. This is the song he played first. Yeah. Yeah. So after we listened to that song, he played this song. And then it just turned out to be a 1 hour long track. And we just got into it. It definitely does take your mind places. Hi. Hi, Blueberry. It's nice having you here. I'm all blued up to date too. Look at us matching and stuff. What a pleasure it is to have you friends here. I feel like there's so much to be said in today's stream, or at least could be said in today's stream with the subject matter at hand. We're discussing what your body is capable of. I've been fascinated recently about the saying that time heals all wounds. And some of you friends know that I have this ambition to live for thousands of years. And I wonder, right, almost from like a perspective of conscious evolution / personal responsibility, that if I gave myself 1,000 years to do work, 1,000 years to soul search and find who it is I am and what it is that is actually me and what it is that is my conditioning. If my soul will get to heal from things that it was injured by in previous lives or in this one. Curing aging is going to be a big deal for our species. Get into making musical moments. I do want the kalimba again. At some point. Endgame, performative male. I don't read, just so you know, Toast. Asshole. I won't touch a book. I'm trying to like hit all of the beats. What other things do the performative males do? They sit in public spaces, pretend to read, right? Pretend to read like feminist literature specifically. Jokes on you, loser. I don't read at all. I really should read more. I read it more than most probably, but I definitely don't read enough. And I don't think you can really perform. I don't really think you can perform into that. Maybe if you're actually reading, maybe you're still gaining something from that performance. But if I'm going to give a performance, I'll literally give a performance. I'll freaking put on some music and I'll dance for you, right? I don't have to perform pretending that I'm very educated, reading, reading deep books, making sure everybody sees me doing that, right? I'll just freaking dance in front of you, right? Make a fool of myself in so many words, right? That's the performer in me. Dream 2 says Mama Hoopy is on her way to get registered for her total 2 boob removal surgery. Jeebies. Can't imagine that's easy on you or on her, dear Hoopty Hoops. I'm guessing that there is something to be removed, right? If anything, the silver lining finder in me sees it as a gratitude towards having interventive surgeries, right? She doesn't have to suffer or die because of it. She actually gets to do something about it. And that's the world we live in. Right? If she had that exact same diagnosis 200 years ago, it's just a death sentence, right? She would be getting registered at a funeral home right now. I'm so sorry, Hoopy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit much, I admit. Yeah. The future's bright. Does time heal wounds, or do we just get further from the portrayed avatar we were playing at that time? Now that's some deep questions. I do like that perspective more, right? Because I did share in that whole time heals all wounds thing, and spending a long time trying to heal these wounds that have come with me, right? That I have inherited from my ancestors in so many words. And you don't have to use that, that terminology. You can just think of it like my DNA lineage. This version of me has a bunch of information attached to it over a very long time for me to find myself a person today. A lot had to happen for this to be. For me to breathe right now. Sending love to Mama Hoops. However, right, the ego fractal is something that always changes. So I do resonate with you, almost like sharing that perspective as well. The part of me that doesn't know if I'm completely convinced is that you might get further away from, as you said, the avatar you portray to be hurt or to be hurting, but the pain you caused in that state could potentially come back your way as well, or at the very least, continue to perpetuate negativity into the world, all right, causing harm. So you can't get away from that part of it. That Kurz Kazakh video, I believe it's called The Egg, where it is kind of this existential take on what if you are the only person here. I am but a reflection of you. Another face out in the world somewhere that's actually you, living a life here on earth as you. Thinking I am myself, but I am still, when I think I am myself, I think I am myself as you as well. When I say I am and I say a name, I start with I am, always. You start with I am too, in that way, right? So I feel like in that way, it becomes a whole other layer of what is my body capable of? Can I use my body as an instrument for good? for evolution. Can I use my body as an instrument for evolution? This small, fleshy, fragile, for the most part, thing, right? Can I use it as a long little stick in the lever of progress, trying to move us forward? Slowly but surely, pushing that rock up the mountain if that's what it takes. But showing up every single day, right? Realizing that that's the only thing that I can really hope to do. There we go. Comments are back. I can possibly unload my fried brain to read either. DW. Stay safe, bruv. Need more funny people like you and less of those who aren't so nice. Loony collector, thank you. That's super wholesome. Just just connected. Thank you for joining us as well, Kirabo. Sending you blessings. Yeah. Yeah. The world needs more of me. I don't know how I feel about that statement. The part of me that's ego, of course, would like to take it as an absolute compliment of like, yeah, I'm great. The world could use more greatness like myself, I say. I'll say. And the other part of me, right, the part of me that's trying to lean into this idea that we are all the same person, asks, what is it that has allowed me to be how I am? Because who I am is the same who you are. But the how I am is not the same how you are. And the how you are might be determined by what you ate this morning, right? Like that's how sensitive the how is. But the who isn't as sensitive. And the who really is the question that we seem to keep finding ourselves asking. And the how seems to be actively getting in the way. How am I supposed to reconcile the complexity of my ego with the simplicity of simply being? They do feel a little bit diametrically opposed. There's a version of me that's completely content and sitting on a rock and meditating to find my enlightenment. And you will. That's the wild part. If that is what you show up for, not attached to it, quite literally realizing that you are capable as an ego of going and doing so many things. And again, it would be technically, I think, a kind of attachment as well. I don't think there's any escaping that. Ego seems to be so prevalent no matter where it is you go. I'm watching a bunch of burpees. Let's see how the cameras on the other side is. I'm gonna see if I can get zoom. Doesn't look that much zoom. Oh, that looks pretty good. Look at that little duty. Long-tailed burpee. Just eating some seeds. Earning the tasty seeds. Yummy. What your body is capable of. His little body is capable of flight. All right. I can't do that. But I can imagine what it would be like to be the I am that he is. I think the only part that I don't like about the I am that he is how very face forward all my actions are. If I want to interact with the world, I have to like. I really need to add eager newbie drinks the Kool-Aid to our bingo sheets. Oh, nice. We are listening to Fairy Mountain music from Legends of Zelda. Maybe. Maybe we are. Maybe this is just like the background noise of your brain. Maybe it's finally escaping. It's coming out. Suddenly you remember who you are. Why you're here. Suddenly in +5 spiritualities. Suddenly. You don't need to find yourself if you're sitting there. It's true. No, we all completely separate entities. I mean, physically, you could argue that, sure. But like I enjoy this mental experiment where I go. You can see your three-dimensional form, right? And then you can watch as you move that three-dimensional form through space, which means that you can be one, aware of the three dimensions, two, be aware of the fourth dimension, which to me means that you exist in the fifth dimension, all right, as an observer. And no matter who I ask that little thought experiment to, all of them exist in that same space, in the observational place that I am also in, looking at their three-dimensional form, moving in four-dimensional space. Right, so in three dimensions, right, are we separate? Sure. In four dimensions, are we separate? Less sure, right? Because if you give it enough time, eventually, or if you go back far enough, eventually there was a thing super condensed before the Big Bang, right? And in that case, me and you weren't separate entities, but we were in fact collective, a packet of energy, right? Hyper dense packet of energy, right? Are we separate? And then again, the explosion and everything else. And then we find ourselves as these three-dimensional forms, seemingly separate, capable again of noticing each other's four-dimensional interaction, but aware from where? From where is it that you are aware? And how do we know that we are not in the same place? If you look at what we're doing as a species in the studies and the redacted papers and what the CIA has been studying, it seems that in fact we do have the ability to communicate with each other when we are more aware of the fact that we're in that higher dimensional space. Right? We can meet other entities in that higher dimensional space. It's a wild thing. Stay safe, love is true. I don't need to find yourself, bless again. Just watching from East Africa, Kenya, bless. I'm in South Africa, Kiribati. Way to go, Jimmy. He's gonna go off on a there is no separation spiel. I did. There you go, Sam. I haven't gone through a there is no separation spiel quite like that one. I actually enjoyed the new depth that was discovered in me exploring that topic with the whole time coordinate, right? And condensing of matter and lack of separation in that way. The only reason you think you're separate is because you are observing from the ego perspective, right? Your ego is the thing that thinks it is. And the reason you think you are is because you have been for a while now, long enough to form memories, long enough to form likes and dislikes, long enough to gain scars and bold patches. Long enough, right, to believe that you are something. And then that belief of something becomes what you are, right, as an ego. And that's where I think, again, a lot of the separation comes from. You think about the show Foundation. They really did cover that show so well. Like, ego is such a fascinating thing for me to consider through the lens of the same clone, biological entity showing up iteration after iteration, right? Like if I, me as Melt, could take my DNA and clone a version of me, and let's say that version of me comes out as a baby, and then that version of me has to grow up. That version of me is going to be a completely different person by the time they're my age, right? Completely different person by every possible metric, probably. However, I guess, I'm sure there would be similarities, and I would be fascinated to know what they are. What would those similarities be? Would I fight myself? Or would I get along with me? Who knows? I think why is the most common question. We're all separate entities originating from a common source. There we go. Okay. I think we can agree on that, Jimmy. Finding MeltMore, super intelligent. Thank you, Dreamtooth. I am but a reflection of you after all. Why is the question? Religion, asked Jimmy. So go. Prevalent egos. I like this interactive reality. Me too. Same. Eventually, the question of everything else becomes love is true. Dream memories, dream scars, return the entities to their origin. Return the entities to their origin. The last time I had a divine moment of thought, Hoopy, instead of returning to my origin, I asked my cosmic family to help heal my brain. That was my request. And instead of closing my eyes and going into the experience, my eyes shot open. And I stared at my painting, the Jupiter that hangs across from my bed. And I could feel something working on my brain. Some things working on my brain. The medicine doing the work I asked it to do for me. And it was clear to me that I was capable of going to the other side, going back to my origin. That it was easy, in fact. But in that moment, I understood that I came here for a reason. That if it's so easy for me to return to my origin, then surely it must have been hard, at least experientially, in comparison for me to get here. Right? Think about that. Because again, the more grim perspective is that you pass away and then you return to your origin, to source, to spirit, right? But the meditative fractal or the breathwork fractal or smoking some dolphins, right? Don't listen to me, YouTubes. Suddenly, you're on the other side. It's so quick, right? Breathwork takes you like a proper getting zonked breathwork exercise. Takes no more than 15 minutes. You can go far with 15 minutes of breathwork, right? Completely buzz out of your body kind of thing. With the deems, it's again, right? 3 hits, takes effect in 40 seconds, probably less. Completely zoom out of this world. Passing away itself technically is really fast, right? After your body no longer holds on. It's not like, I think, at least, you're lingering. And then in comparison, the amount of living that you've had to do to be where you are right now. Years, decades, multiple decades for most of us at this point. That it took you to get here. Hardship sometimes, joy sometimes. pain many times. Took so much from you to get to where you are right now. And it shook me. As soon as I came to that understanding, I took where I am a lot more seriously. My ego suddenly understood the gravity of how much work I've already done. Because I see it as like a quantum kind of thing as well. Where if I, as an ego, make the choice to opt out, all I create is an instance of reality where my ego couldn't. But soul can, and has and will everything. And all I'll have to do is do all of those things that I thought I couldn't over again, and then do more than I could have imagined. And only then can I have my soul satisfied, right? Can I escape the loop, if you will, right? In the Buddhist way of seeing it. And it's not a loop of I feel complete escape, right? That's why I never really resonated with the Buddhist way of seeing things completely, because I don't really see that as the ideal goal. I think that loop that you're trying to escape is one of the negative patterns that you might be not learning, right? You might be stuck. Maybe you've tried to live a human life 100,000 times, and every time it's too hard. And in order for your soul to go through all of the growth that it needs to go through, being a human is part of it. Might be one of the hardest parts of it. Might be one of the easiest parts of it. But it is a part of it. And so are you. Every single action you take affects everything else. The interconnectivity of the universe is something that we only lightly understand. Hopefully we'll know more as we continue forward. It's a, it's a big question to ask. Hoops, I have about 14 rams of shrams I'm sitting on, but I won't take more without someone to guide me. Can you be my mushroom Sherpa? You're here, so if you want to ramble, sorry if I'm ego illiterate. No, that's fine. There's no apologies necessary. Apologizing is the act of an ego, right? The ego can consider itself faulty, can consider its actions appalling, can consider the egos that it's along as disapproving of their ego's expression. Saying sorry potentially in the need of validation. As soon as we do that which your ego so dearly craves, we end up reinforcing the very thing we're trying to avoid. Music's messing with me too. Very trippy. I think it is time for me to show you a flower. I did enjoy today's stream. My heart dies. I can't see them and not feel my heart just be a little bit warmer. Makes me happy. Makes me feel things. right. Now it is time for me to read for you. This one feels like a psychedelic eye with an orange owl entity at the pupil, right? Yeah. I can see it. It's so trippy to look at. I think that's where I feel like I am the luckiest artist in the world. I actually do so very much love looking at my own work. Right, and I say that from the perspective of having drawn, and in that same fractal, because I can't execute quite as eloquently my own ideas, I don't always like what I draw. This, I feel, is less about me and more about what it end up being, if that makes sense. Less art and more expression. Less about the words I say and more about the way it makes you feel. Fear can speak, but it doesn't get the final word. Fear shows up like an overprotective dog. Loud, insistent, always assuming the worst. It grabs your attention, barks every danger, and swears it's only trying to help. And it is, just not in the way that you need. Fear is good at noticing risk, but terrible at seeing possibility. It knows how to guard the door, but not how to walk through it. So let it talk. Let it raise its concerns. Let it point at every shadow it thinks might hurt you. Then breathe. Because you have more in you than that part that panics. You have memory of every time you kept going. You have insight built from every choice you survived. And you have love, the quiet force that reminds you why stepping forward matters at all. Love doesn't argue with fear. It simply places a hand on your shoulder and says, I know you're scared, and we're going anyway. Because a full life isn't the absence of fear, it's the presence of something stronger. Your courage, your clarity, your heart that refuses to shrink. Fear gets to speak, but you decide. And the moment you choose out of love, your future opens exactly where you are. So much future? All of this future? For me? I get this much future? That is so much. Possibility. So much possibilities. Ugh. So much of it. Awesome perspective, Xiao. Love is true. Xiao really does see a lot in my work too. She helps me many times to pick the right one as well. The hardest part for me is picking the one that I end up finishing, right? After I make them, the one I end up picking has to go through a color correction process, and that takes 10-ish, 20-ish minutes as well. There's so many works of art out there, like, let me show you what I mean. There is me one lab. Is this even it? No, that's the old one. There we go. So those are the ones that didn't make it of the previous one you just saw. And that was yesterday's. This is the. I wanted to pick this one for this little weird owl entity in the middle here, Joe. Didn't end up picking it. That's the day before. Then, this is the one that I almost picked, but Joe said that she liked one of the others, so another one got made. So many of them just get hidden from the light of day. So much data. So much data creates so much more. I don't think anybody could have imagined that these things would have been capable of doing stuff like that. Hi, guess what? I'm not sure, Angelina. I guess today is not the day that you become a mod. I'm sorry, you haven't given me much else. I don't know anything about you other than you want to become a mod. Alright, maybe you can share a little bit more with me. There we go, that's some more. I abhor guessing games. How about you just tell us? Oh, you're talking to Linda. I thought you were talking to me for a second, and I was like, did I instigate a guessing game? I don't mind the guessing game that much. If there are defined rules to the guessing game and the bandwidth is high, right? Like you can communicate directly, kind of thing. For instance, me and Zhao are gonna play a little bit of a guessing game on Christmas. She got me a present, and she really wants to tell me what it is, but she also wants it to be kind of surprising. But it is my Christmas present, and we won't be together for Christmas just yet. But I'm gonna be there soon after, or she's gonna come through soon after that, right? In less than a month after December, technically. So on December day, I'm gonna get 10 questions, and if I don't guess it in that questions, then I have to keep it a surprise. I'll only get to find out when I get to open it myself. Right? So yeah, I think it's one of it depends. Tomorrow at school, the teacher said we can bring normal clothes and not school clothes, and under it swimming clothes, because we're running through water because it's gonna be extremely warm. It is gonna be extremely warm tomorrow, probably. I'm happy that they're keeping you young in school. That is cool. You know what? Let's make it 11 questions for abundance sake. I think I'm gonna get it in less than 11 questions. I'm gonna ask such sophisticated questions. Right. I'm going to zero in on that present real quick. Yes, I will. Part of me feels like I guessed it today, Joe. Part of me feels like I guessed it today. For a second, I felt like I guessed it. I'm a gossip about what happened at school today. Answers vaguely. Answers vaguely. Hmm. Yes. Yes. Answers vaguely. Did I already guess it? Suddenly more. More. Huh? The curiosity is definitely peaked. I am going to say, answer creatively. Ah, uh huh. The way you're answering makes me feel like I did get like dangerously close. Suddenly my senses were tuned in, and the way that you're like being all avoidance, like maybe I was right. Oh, oh, okay. It wasn't something wasteful. Thank you. Did somebody get got smoking in the school bathroom? That's cool. That's nice. I'm happy for you, Angelina. Uh, I don't know how I'm supposed to really talk about any of that, right? The adult in me wants to say stuff like, try and stay as far away from relationships while you're at school as you can, right? Sure, you could meet the love of your life or whatever, but more often than not, you're going to meet a lot of pain head on and distraction while you're in your formative years and your attention is very valuable and needs to be focused on life skills. I guess relationships can be seen as a life skill as well. Who am I to say? Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna take revenge. I'm gonna take revenge on my ex that cheated on me 1 million times. Yeah, you see, like all of that, all of that. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy. I'm not a parent right now. Yeah, you shouldn't be saying anything like that, Angelina. Getting into a relationship with someone else, and then in all caps, and I'm going to take revenge on my ex that cheated on me. Like, how about we don't do any of that? All of that is like, how about we don't? Jay Gupta, how's it going? It's going well, friend. I'm here in South Africa, sharing a nice clear day. It was raining the 2 days before, so everything is nice and green. Happy to be growing. How's things going with you? Kids still do that right. I saw something on the news about all the flushed vapes starting to cause plumbing issues in some districts. How do you flush a vape? Maybe the short ones. Can you not, kids? Please. Judge Frank Caprio said, "You never lose by being kind. You only lose by not being kind." That's true. I wasn't not being kind, was I? At least I don't think I was. Greetings from India. I could tell. I could feel the Indian vibes from you, homie. Welcome. Thank you for sending greetings from India. Greetings from South Africa again. I would like to visit India sooner rather than later. That's actually like very short on my list of places I want to go. I would love to go to the Himalayan mountains. And I know, right, the Himalayan mountains isn't just in India, but there's a lot of them in India. I would like to see that top part of India. I have been in very densely populated areas as well, like Shanghai and stuff. I don't know if I gravitate towards super dense cities myself. Me personally, not really. Do you live in one of the more dense areas, or do you live out into the countryside? Jay Gupta, I'm curious. How do you flush a vape? By panicking, then flushing rapidly while stomping the bottom of the toilet blindly until the balls clear. Chivis. I'm happy I'm not a kid. Relationships don't always end well. Yeah, again, I think it's more a matter of like your own maturity. Relationships become a lot more amicable and stable as you get a little bit older as well, right? And getting started too early just messes with you because you have so much other stuff that influences your decision making later in life, right? And you've already proved that to us. Yeah, I'm gonna get revenge on my ex who cheated on me 1 million times. Like, you're already being influenced into your next relationship by an ex relationship, and you're still in school, right? In school enough to the point where you're excited to tell us, I guess, what about your teacher telling you that you don't have to put on your school clothes. Like that's it's like the two worlds that I'm seeing collide. It's melting me a little bit. You guessed by my surname, it's Gupta. I did. You're right, Jay. I did guess. I deducted. I deducted a little bit, made some assumptions, applied the information I had. Relationships don't ever really end, but they can change. Relationships really only end when they're forgotten about completely. Even then, they're a part of how you became who you are. It's true. Beautifully said, too. It's like the groundwork, right? It's like the bricks that built the building that you're now in. Even one of my friends said they don't like relationships anymore. Relationships are difficult, just in general. I've never been in a relationship uh, that hasn't been at least somewhat difficult, right? Like work relationships, the relationship with my family, the relationships with friends are difficult too, right? Relationship in general can be very challenging, and it's better to leave those kind of challenges to yourself when you're a little bit more mature, right? Get really good at making friends with people without getting into romantic relationships with them at first, right? And if you can get good at that, then you'll be set up for success afterwards. If you're really good at getting into relationships with people, but you're not good at being friends with them, then you'll be really good at getting out of relationships as well. Time and experience is a way of changing things. Oh, yeah. Kind of countryside, not much. The place where I live is quite less dense compared to the other places. I live in a city which is popularly known for Asia's biggest lion safari. Nice, that's really cool. I live here in South Africa, so lions are uh, common in this side as well. But it is cool. I got to take some of our American friends to some lion viewings as well. Uh, I'm guessing because it's close that you've been to it as well, Jay. This is literally me and revenge. Yeah, good luck, I'll say. I'll keep showing up here, right, day by day, trying to share from a place of mindfulness and calm, peace, and love. And I'm wishing you good luck, but no matter what happens, I'll be here. You can come and tell me what happened afterwards. I can be like, okay, tell me more. And and then and then he what? I can't believe it. Believing it. Can't believing it. Never it happened. Did. Can you can you freaking repeat it? We have a saying in Afrikaans, kan jy dit oor vertel? Which directly translates to, can you tell me that again? Almost like you're so shocked. You have to hear it again. Oh, hey fam, real question. Oblivion is on sale at 33 something. Is it low enough to justify buying? No. $33? Oh, it's the new remastered Oblivion. I thought you were talking about old school Oblivion. I mean, Sam, right? Like, $33 is $33. It's up for you to judge. I don't know how much money you have, right? If you have $10,000 of emergency funds, then $33 is not going to really, right, make a dent. If you only have $300 of emergency cash, now suddenly it's 10% of your funds for the game, right? It depends. I come from the internet, right? Where information wants to be free. That's all I'll say. Oh man, Oblivion is my favorite of the Elder Scrolls. It really is fire. The remaster is good as well, relatively speaking. I'll tell you how it goes, keep you updated. Sweet. Would welcome you to visit countryside of India like Kerala and Mumbai, and Meghalaya especially. I can imagine. It's cool to me how every time one of you friends joins us, you do have a few different places that you're like, these are the places you have to go see. And I look forward to it, right? Coming to India and having friends that want to show me around the place. Revenge. I wouldn't want someone to build a relationship with me in revenge. And I'd break up with them when I found out it's true, right? Like, it's not going to be very helpful. Because again, it's like you're using them as a means to an end. It's like I'm going to get back at my ex by being in this relationship. That's rough. That's big rough. Very rough, rough. Ghost of 2 is on sale too. I gotta choose. You can send me cash too. Send me cash. Black Friday sale. The cash you wanted to send me, now you only have to send me half of that. Boom. 50% off. Everybody. Whole community. 50. Oh, Sam, I'm just poking fun of you. I don't need your cash. I'm joking. Point I'm trying to make is I get it. I do get it. All right. Like the EUC was kind of a product of Black Friday idness. Getting getting to save what $1,500, something like that, of a product feels almost surreal. Still not cheap, right? It's about 3 months worth of my earnings. Might sound hectic if you're earning in American monies, but that's it's not that much here at least. And my running cost is going to be 34, 30 to 34 cents per recharge, and I can go, I think minimum, I'll say minimum 40 miles on a charge, right? So about a dollar cent per mile. And I don't technically, by law, there is no option to, but I have to have a license or insurance. And it does fall under the same jurisdiction as bicycles, which means I have the same rights on the road as a driver, and I have to stop at stop streets and indicate where I'm going with my hands. But yeah, the running cost alone is the thing that I feel I'll save on. I'm going to calculate. I will. All right. If I drove myself somewhere with an Uber or something like that, what would what would the difference have been in kind of like running cost? Laziest Nigerian prince scam I've ever seen. My Oh, come on. You can't lie. That was a little bit funny. Little bit. Little bit funny. Come on, Sam. I wasn't very persuasive, but I wasn't trying to be, right? To be completely honest. If you do want to send me cash, what I'll use it for in the short term is buying myself safety gear. I want to buy myself a pair of wrist guards and I want to buy myself a helmet. All right. So if you're like, oh, I want to buy Melt Christmas present, that's what I'm gonna get myself. I need some face protection. I need something with chin protection. So if I fall on my face, I don't lose my teeth. Replacing teeth is apparently more expensive than a helmet is. And then my wrists. Since I'm a yoga teacher, fucking my wrists up would be, how do you say, suboptimal. So yeah, and that's gonna be 400-ish US dollars. I didn't know helmets were that expensive. I guess it makes sense that they would be. It's literally something that needs to be engineered to protect your most valuable asset, your brains. But yeah, yeah, what our bodies are capable of, right? My body is capable of taking damage and healing. However, prevention is the best cure. The best cure be preventions. He knows I want to take revenge and he doesn't care. He still likes me, plus I like him too. Alright. Alright. I say, for me, not alright. For you, alright. Okay. See, India is a densely populated country, so you would definitely meet rude people, but also very hospitable. Advanced story on behalf of the. But definitely visit India. It would change you. Clearly, it would heal you. Yeah, I would have to put my feet in those waters, bro. Absolutely. And I'm not I'm not someone scared of rude people, right? If I feel people like suddenly they're just like staring at me, I'll stare back at them. I'll stare too. Oh, chicken you. Oh. Chicken you, chicken me, chicken each other. Clearly with you bless. I thought UCs can go like 50 miles on a charge minimum. That one that I have can go 75 miles on a charge, Mojo. 75 miles. That's the stated range, right? But I'm saying minimum of 40 because of the way that I might ride it, right? If I ride it at like close to 25 miles an hour the whole time, I'm probably going to get less miles. And I am heavy. I'm a big guy. I'm not that big, thank goodness. I'm not like 200 plus pounds, but I'm like 178. So on that, I do technically ask more of the wheel as well. It will literally have to work harder to keep me upright. And then plus the gear, I'm probably going to be close to. I'm probably going to be close to 200 pounds. Let me see. Mass. Yeah. If I put gear on, I'm going to be weighing 200 pounds. Maybe even more than that. So, like, that's why I can expect a minimum on the wheel that I have 14 miles. I'm going to go and test it as well, Mojo. I'll take you with me. There's a whole path that I can drive that's all the way around the lake and then back home again. And it's 42 miles total. So I think I should be able to make that. If I can make that comfortably without having to, be in a state of tilt back, where I have to like almost push the wheel the last little bit, I'll be very happy if I can make that. If I make that with comfort, right, and with like some extra headroom over, I'm gonna be even happier. But I do look forward to exploring the capabilities with you, friends, little by little. I didn't know helmets were so expensive. It just depends on how much you value your noggin. There are lesser models available. Yeah, there are. But again, it's a matter of almost like visor visibility and then protection, right? Like at the point where they are as good as they need to be, right? Where if you actually fall on your head, you know, based on the ratings, you're not going to get hurt. It's going to be $250. I couldn't find many for cheaper than that. If you're lucky, you'll get something for 150. And then, like at the 50 range, you can like bottom out the chin up against yours. So maybe it will protect your chin from making direct contact with the dirt, but it won't necessarily take the hit away for you. Uh, and when we're running through the water, yeah, my poor brain. This is the US Melt. There are protective pads you can buy to satisfy the legal minimum. There's no legal minimum. Like, I can I can. Okay, I was about to say I can ride that thing naked if I want to. I guess that would be illegal. But I guess I could like ride it in a pair of American boxers, right? U.S. flag boxers. I can, right, barefoot. You can ride it that way. You can. It's your vehicle. America, freedoms. I went and searched freedom, America. However, for me for myself, head important, right? If I do fall and I don't manage to stop myself before my head makes contact with solid earth, then I would like something cushion between me and solid earth. And if I do fall again, the first thing I'm going to try and do is stop myself from hitting my head, and then my wrists are going to be the thing that is next line of fire, right? And the good products are expensive. If you still want wrist mobility, even more expensive. So yeah, those are the two ones that I think I'll invest in first. It'll take me a couple of months, but I think I should be able to. And then maybe I'll get some knee pads. You can get really expensive, like knee braces, 550 US dollar leg gear. Why is it so expensive? Looks good though. I'll look like a freaking Terminator. Look like I have cyber legs already. Pads to satisfy the minimum legal without implying your ability to die upon contact with the pavement at high speeds, impinging your ability. Yeah, again, like people rarely die on these things, dear Sam. There are people that drive these things in a way that I would not even consider, right? Like, there's no way that even if I get really good at these vehicles, that I'm going to want to be driving the way they drive these things. Like, there's just nothing in me. Like, again, I grew up with motorcycles, and my brother grew up alongside me with motorcycles. The way he rode motorcycles and the way I rode motorcycles were two very different ways of riding motorcycle. He's the guy that likes doing constant wheelies, just like wheeling wherever he goes. Wheelies this way, wheelies that way, wheelies around the corner, right? Does burnouts in circles before he spins out to drive outside again. I never did that stuff, right? I enjoy moving through time and space. I did do like burnouts, not burn. Is it burnouts? No, burnouts is when you spin your wheel. I did slide outs, right, where as you go into a corner, you kick your backside and you give it more juice, and then you start spinning your wheel as you traverse the corner. It makes you feel like you're sliding out. You're literally sliding out, and it feels cool, right? That I used to do, but that is as far as I would push it, right? That is as deep as my exploration of that went. And again, my brother would do these 20-foot jumps, 6 meter, literal room length jumps, right? And he enjoyed that stuff. I don't think he ever really got really hurt either, technically speaking. He would actually wear like all of the gear, like proper boots and a proper helmet, and I think he had some body protection. I don't know if he ever had a neck brace, which is important as well for that kind of stuff. And the same is for the extreme riders that exist in the one wheel, the EUC community as well, because you get the daredevils, right? The people that push these things to the extreme, and even those people, most of those extreme riders are still around. None of them have died in the pursuit of riding in that way. The people that do die, Grim, usually actually die because of other vehicles, right? Where they're in the middle of a city and it's rush hour, and then they're dicing through traffic, and then they're falling, and then before the person can stop, right? I think there was like 2 cases in all of America where something like that happened. And again, it's a matter of like traffic, traffic awareness, and kind of like testing your luck. I don't want to do any of that. I don't have any of that like uh, need. When I'm in a vehicle, when I'm in a car, especially a fast one, I like to overtake if the person in front of me is driving slower than the speed limit, for example. That I'll do, absolutely. However, I also know the limitations of the vehicle that I'm on, right? If I'm on a scooter or if I'm on a little, we call them scooters as well. You call those quick kicking scooters. If I'm on a skateboard, right, I'm going to do different things with my wheels. Mm, it was legal to ride. If it was legal to ride, that should make it. Kansas City man would have made it. Wouldn't have made headlines. I like your dimples melt, but I gotta go now. Bye. See you tomorrow. Cheers. Thank you. Kobe, no, bro. He comes and sits directly up against my back. Still hot, and you still have a lot of fleas. We need to put some talcum powder on you or something. Some diatomaceous earth. I don't want to do spinny spins on the UC, but I want to ramp up things. But I kind of want to ramp up things. We're going to have to get you a suspension wheel too, Jean. It's good. The if I get myself another wheel in due time, it is probably going to be like one of those V14s or something. They're way more expensive. Like one of those V14s are, I think, 3.5 times as expensive as the one that I got. So I could get 3.5 of the one I have for one of those, which is a little bit. But it's a 16-inch wheel, so it's easier to maneuver, and it has really good suspension for, as you said, ramping of things. You can do jumps. You can actually do jumps with that thing, and it won't mind. The one I have, you can, and we'll do that too, shall we? We can practice. You can ramp off things, but it's not made for that. That's not actually its use case. You know, it's more a commuter wheel. Like, and in that way, I also know what I have. Right? I have the equivalent of a little 125 cc uh, motorcycle that you go to work with, right? That's basically the wheel I got myself. Relatively cheap, accessible for the average rider. Nobody is going to have their neck snapped by the power, right? That's basically the wheel I got. But that I got myself the 125 cc equivalent because I want to learn. I want to get used to how this vehicle drives, and then I'll get myself like the 600 cc dirt bike equivalent of that thing. You guys, it's real. Assassin's Creed Attack on Titan crossover is real. It went live yesterday, apparently. I'd lie if I said that doesn't sound sick. Hey Google, is it true that there is a Attack on Titan and Assassin's Creed crossover? Yes, it's true. There is a limited time.
Yes, it's true. There is a limited time crossover event between Attack on Titan and the game Assassin's Creed Shadows, which includes a free story quest and purchasable themed cosmetics.
Purchasable themed cosmetics. How lucky. How lucky we all are. Both fans of Attack on Titan and of Assassin's Creed. That we get to pay for the privilege of having themed cosmetics themed to Attack on Titan. And we get at least a free story quest. A a free a free story quest. They did a crossover with Final Fantasy during Origins. Why the fuck not? Yeah. The quest line is free though. That's cool at least. Yeah. I wonder how that's gonna be implemented. You'll have to play it. I don't know if you have that game. I can't remember when I paid for a game. The last time I really paid for games was, I think, I got Skyrim, Sam. Last year, and the other homies, John and Max, wanted to play Skyrim with me, and so I bought the game. I think it was like $12. But I think that was the last time that I played games as well. I'm sure that games are gonna get good enough for me to really care again at some point, where I'm gonna be like really into them. I look forward to that day. I think it's gonna have to take like some sort of technological leap, like full immersion or something like that. I'm paying for a Mexican pizza and loaded beef nachos. Yasi. Lucky, bro. Are you gonna take some to mom? Could be a nice meal before she has to go through her fractals. Bless you, bro. I have it booted up now, but I'll be really diving into this once the boy takes a nap, I can imagine. Loaded beef tacos, that sounds good. That really does. It was nice having you friends here. Hi, how are you? Daliana, I'm doing so well. I just got to the point where I'm done with today's live stream, but I do one of these every single day. Really. I'll do it again tomorrow, but I'm saying goodbye for now. Thank you, friends, for joining me, sharing this moment. I'll see you, friends, again soon. He comes and lays up against me again. Bless you. It's Nikki from Greece. Aw, Nikki. Thank you for letting me know. The usernames changed. They made them all be at usernames. Sending you blessings. It's nice to see you again. See you soon, dear friends. Goodbye for now. Love you all. Love you, ja.